looking to buy a home in 2025? You want to qualify yourself at home? This is part 2, and I was told my handwriting sucked, so I read it. We're going to ask some basic questions like, what is the appropriate payment based on someone's income? Now, in part 1, what we discussed was we used a $10,000 gross income example, and someone that was paying $2,300 in rent was at 23% of their rent payment was their income. Then we looked at mortgage payments where they could have a $3,000 mortgage, potentially a $4,000 mortgage, and what's the right percentage? Well, as we discussed, it's different for everybody. Some people are already paying this in rent, so they might be willing to shell out 40% of their gross income. The key numbers are probably 35% is where we see a lot of home buyers at. Now what we're going to add in here is we're going to add in the other factor, which is your current monthly debts. This is the biggest issue that first-time home buyers typically face because usually they have student loans, they might have car payments, and a lot of times we have car payments before we apply for a home mortgage. Now with the monthly debts, I'm going to pretend that this person also has a $700 car payment. If I take that $700 car payment and I add it to this $4,000 mortgage payment, now we're at 47% of their gross income going to mortgage and debts. This starts to get a little bit high. Now, typically in the mortgage industry, if you have good credit, they're going to allow this number to be close to 50% or under, sometimes a little bit higher. The key here is what lenders are looking for is the ability to repay. If somebody had a $4,000 mortgage payment, a $700 car payment, and made $10,000 gross in income per month, could they afford to continue their lifestyle, pay for electricity, cell phone, gas, and their mortgage payment? Well, the answer is yes. And it might take a little bit of due diligence. It might start to tighten a little bit. But that's why these numbers we typically look at have to be around 50% or under, whereas just the payment is good about that 35% to 40% range. So as we're coming into tax season and you're thinking about getting a tax return or putting some money down for a house this year, get with a lender, get with a real estate agent, talk about your monthly obligations because once these things are paid off, this becomes a lot more comfortable. Good luck in 2025, home searcher. This is Prime. I don't know why I did that.